What's up, everybody? It's Taimai and I'm back. Thank you so much for all the love and support on my very first video. I'm excited to make more and show you guys what I'm all about. For this video, I'm gonna talk about my mom. It's a little nervous to talk about. Not really nervous, but oh god, what if she finds this? Oh, look at my nails. This is so long. I literally bought like press-ons and I didn't know how long they were, but just for show. Anyway, so I don't have a very good relationship with my mother. I guess I'm also really reluctant to tell the story because I know how people can be, oh, she's your mother. Okay, but like, she didn't have to do me like that, you know what I'm saying? But, oh, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's thundering outside. It's raining. I know. So I don't have like orange lighting today to make me glow, but it's okay. I have my vanity light. Anyway, sorry, getting sidetracked. Yeah, I don't have a good relationship with my mother, and I just want to share my story in case not in case, but I know there are definitely people out there, especially children of immigrant parents. It's crazy because my mom came here when she was like 9, and she's so Americanized, but the way she thinks is so traditional. I guess it's just, you know, generational trauma. But I don't know, I had a good relationship with her up until I was in high school. I think about it a lot, and I think around the time when she started dating this guy, everything was fine until they broke up. And then once they broke up, it was crazy because they broke up and then I got hit by a car. I know, crazy, right? All my friends are so tired of me saying, like, hearing about this story, but yeah, I got hit by a car. And when I was in that car accident, my parents were going through court, and I wanted to live with my dad, and because I got hit by a car and my mom's a nurse, so the judge gave her automatic custody of me. And like literally, like Murphy's Law, when everything can go wrong, everything will go wrong, right? That is it, right? Well, if something can go wrong, everything will go wrong. I think that's it. Okay, so I got hit by a car, and then when I fractured my hip, and when I was in a wheelchair, I literally had to sit there and take her verbal abuse. Like, I guess I'm lucky that like she doesn't do like drugs or like, you know, those things, but you know, still pretty bad, right? So, you know, a girl disabled at this point, and she was like, oh, like, you know, you betrayed me, you chose to live with him, blah blah blah. And I was not looking, like, in hindsight, I'm 30 years old now, and looking back at 14, that's pretty fucked up. Like, sorry, excuse my language, but that's pretty messed up, right? Like, I'm literally a child, and I just had this crazy accident that altered like my brain chemistry, and I didn't understand why I wasn't allowed to be with like my parent, like the one that I wanted to be with. She thinks that like I want to be with him because he's like, he doesn't care what I do, but he treats me like a human being. That's like the difference, right? Oh, my parents are separated. I should have mentioned that. Okay. I just so scatterbrained because I just want to lay it all out, you know. But okay, anyway, so after that accident is when they broke up. My mom had a child with him and everything was going well, and then I don't know what happened, but you know, when they broke up, I think like it got to her and she just ended up taking it out on me. I was the black sheep / scapegoat of the family. I will always tell her, I will be like, you know, whatever happened between you and my father is like literally none of my business. Like, it has nothing to do with me. I don't think she liked it when I said that. But yeah, living with her, those 3 years that I lived with her in high school, because when they were separated, I would like alternate back and forth. But once the accident happened, I had to live with her. Those 3 years really fucked me up. Like, seriously, like it really like, and I will talk about those things like in another video with like my therapy stuff. But this is just like my story of with my mother. And so after, this is the best part. Okay, this was the dumbest but smartest thing that has ever happened to me. So When I was like about 17, right, I had a guy over when my mom was out, but like we were not doing anything. We weren't even canoodling. Like we weren't, like we were literally playing Facebook games. Like this was like back in 2010, you know. Ooh. Ancient, right? I know. But yeah, we were just literally playing, you know, Facebook games, whatever. And then she came home early than I expected. And you know, when you live in like this kind of household, you don't think straight. You like get into fight or flight. I don't know. You know that scene in Tangled where she threw him in the closet? Yeah, I did the same thing. I threw this guy in the fucking closet. And then obviously my mom's not dumb, so she like came into my room and then she like opened the closet door and she's like, hello. And I was like, fuck. So then after that, like he left and she got so mad at me. I don't know if she thought I was gonna like get pregnant or something. I have no idea. She didn't even hear me out, but you know. So we got into some crazy Jerry Springer fight. Like she was mad at me, so she kind of like pushed me. So I like, ooh, don't touch me, you know. And I pushed her back, and then it was like full on Jerry Springer. Full on Jerry Springer. Like she was like grabbing my hair. I was like trying to get her off me. I was like against the wall. Like it was crazy, okay? Thank God I had my phone in my pocket. So like I had that. And I was trying to make my way to the door. So when I finally got to the door, she's like, you want to leave? Okay, fine, get out. She threw my Uggs out the door. And then for the first time in my life, freedom. Freedom. It was beautiful. And then my dad called me. And you know, he even yelled at me. You know what he said to me? I picked up, he's like, oh, like, tell me what happened. Like, tell me, like, it's okay, tell me what happened. And I told him what happened. He's like, okay, just stay at your friend's house tonight. I'll come get you tomorrow. And, yeah, so that was, like, the first night of sweet freedom. I'll never forget. It's a core memory for me. So, you know, I was 17. At that point, like, custody and stuff kind of, like, didn't really matter. But my dad totally, like, took that to court to get the rest of the custody for me until I was 18. So I lived with him until I was 18, and that year was really rough because when you're traumatized, you were traumatized. He would ask me like, hey, did you do what I asked you to? And I would give him like this crazy like response. I would be like, no, like I didn't do it yet, I'll do it soon. And he's like, whoa, relax, it's okay, like it's okay. And then I was like, oh, I am okay. You know, like when you're in such a tense environment all the time, like you develop all these like, you know, defense mechanisms, right? So then I ended up turning 19, everything was great, and I went away for college. I went away for school, and it was great. Like these bits are not too bad. I would still argue with her. Like after that fight, I didn't talk to her for like a year, I think. And then she ended up texting me, and then we ended up talking again. And as an immigrant daughter, like, you know, you always wish for like to do all these girl times, these things with your mom, but I guess like I had that hope, you know. So we would argue, and then I always think like she'll change. Like I'm like, no, it's okay, maybe like she'll like get older and things will be different, right? But it was always the same thing. It was like we have our highs and we had our lows, and it was very tiring. And every time I would try to talk to my aunts about it, you know, they would gaslight the shit out of me. I love them, don't get me wrong. I love my family. But it's like they only see what they see, you know. They don't know what I went through. They've never witnessed it. To them, they think like blood, like family. Like, it doesn't matter. I could kill someone, it's still family. You know what I'm saying? So it was tough. Like I felt like I had no one to talk to, and I just felt like I was literally going crazy. So everything has been the same, like up and down for a couple years, but I think my breaking point was 2021. 2021 was when everything hit the fucking fan. Okay, I was going to do stuff, and I was gonna go back to visit home, and I told my mom that, you know, I'm just gonna come by myself. Like my boyfriend's not gonna come with me because it's Memorial Day weekend, it's expensive. Like I would just be in and out, like nothing crazy, right? Dude, you know, she was itching for a fight. She was itching for a fight. I'm going to put like the screenshots here or wherever, and y'all can like pause to read, just to give you preface on how like the insanity is. Because when I tell people my mom is like insane, they don't believe me, and then once I show them this, and they're like, oh damn, she is a little different. And I'm like, yeah, no, now you believe me, right? So anyway, so she was definitely itching for a fight because she hasn't yelled at me in a while, so you know she was pent up. And she started saying all these things about my boyfriend, and I was very confused because I thought like we were on a great track, and I was like, I thought you liked him, all this stuff. And she was just saying how like I care more about him, blah blah blah, all these things, like how he doesn't care about my safety and making me go back by myself. Like, girl, I'm like 28 at this time. Like, I'm a grown-ass adult. Like, I've been places. Like, I lived on the streets of New York City. Like, I can take a plane. This was also the peak of the Asian hate crimes, but like, I'm literally at the airport. Like, you think they're gonna attack me at the airport where there's like security everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I digress. So she was like, you don't have my blessing, this and that. And then I told her, I was trying to be mature about it. I was like, hey, like, you know, I thought we were doing really well, but clearly like you got some issues you need to work through. Like, I don't think we can continue a relationship like this. And oh my gosh, she lost her mind. She lost her mind. She literally lost her mind. And then after that, I blocked her. This is when I was like, you know what, she's not gonna change. And the crazy part, like, with this is like, there's still like people out there that will gaslight the shit out of you. Like, oh, that's your mom. Like why you do that to her? Like, damn, I'm her daughter, why should you do that to me? I'm literally a freaking kid, you know? Sorry, getting heated. Anyway, so it was very frustrating, you know? Of course my friends understood. It's just like the older generation didn't really understand it, because again, that's your mother, right? Like, I just want to say, through this whole thing, my life, I never like resented my mother. I never hated her. I very much do love her, and I wish her well, you know? It's just, I understand she had me very young. She had me when she was 18. I understand that she did all she could with what she had and what she knew, right? But that doesn't mean, like, that doesn't mean she can do what she did to me, you know, all the things she said to me. And I hated living with her. I hated it. Like, I genuinely packed like a runaway bag just in case it got really bad, you know. I loved going to school. That's how bad it was. I enjoyed going to school. I loved going to school. I hated like summer, winter, weekends. Like, it was bad. And then like after school, I would do anything I could to like, you know, walk home slow or like go to after school programs, whatever, just to not go home. Like, that's how bad it was. Okay. But yeah, I talked to my aunts, and they kind of, I want to say they kind of understand. They know like she has issues, but they don't want to get involved, you know, rightfully so. To them, family's still family, I guess, because they had to deal with it, right? They had to deal with it from their mother. So to them, me rebelling is like, why are you not listening? Why are you making this hard for us? You know, why are you not doing what we had to do? You know, the typical stuff, you know. So there's that. That's my story, I think, for the most part. It's tough, you know. It's not easy. Like, people think it's easy for us to cut our parent off, but I don't think people understand how long and hard we had to think and try before we made this decision, you know? And oh, this is getting a little heavy. I'm okay, but you know, sometimes I kind of just wish someone like understood where I was coming from. Gotta take a breather. Okay, sorry. Anyway, that's my story. And how did I survive that? Now that I think back, how the hell did I survive that? Like, genuinely. I have my sisters. They're very young, and I can't do anything to help them yet, which is very unfortunate. There's just some things out of your hands, you know. Just have to wait for time to pass. I need a sip of water. Oh shit, did I kick my camera off? But yeah, I endured a lot, and then sometimes I think that's all you can do is endure it and do your best. And even if you get the help you need to get. The worst and most unfortunate part is seeing that like your parent might not just ever change. They just might stay like that forever, and you might not ever get the relationship you want with them, and that's okay, you know. I'm fortunate enough I still have my father and his wife. My stepmom's really nice, so she takes care of me. So I'm very fortunate I still have a good like support system. I know there's people out there who are going through maybe worse situations or don't have like a good support system to lean on. So again, I'm very fortunate. I'm just speaking from my experiences, you know. So yeah, that's my story. Thank you for listening. I told all my friends this. All my friends know about this, but you know, you can only talk about this so much with the same people. You know, everyone has their own lives. You know, everyone has their own struggles. So, but if you're out there and you're struggling and you're doing your best, just know that you'll be okay. Sometimes the best is all you can do, and that's okay. You know, as long as you are taking the steps to making the changes to better yourself and your life, that's literally all that matters. Nothing else matters. Don't listen to what other people say. Don't let other people gaslight you, especially your family members. When I decided to cut my mom off, I don't want to say it like that, when I stopped talking to her, my mental health went up so much. Like so much. Oh, I got a bug bite. So much. I felt like so much better. I didn't have to stress. I didn't have to worry and shit. I didn't have to worry about getting like a text and getting yelled at, like all these things. So I am very happy with my decision. It was not an easy one, but I wish her well. I really hope she can find herself. Maybe she'll find someone that makes her happy. I don't know. I can't say like we won't ever talk again. But it's been like 2 years now, and I think this is the longest I've went without talking to her. So I think she thinks that this is just like another fight or another cycle and then we'll make up. No, sometimes you gotta put your foot down. So yeah, that's my story. Thank you so much for listening. That was actually not easy to do, but I'm very glad that I'm putting myself out there, because sometimes you just have to put yourself out there. I know maybe I didn't have anyone to help me. I had to like struggle and figure all this out my own. So maybe my story can help you. Just know that if I can survive it, you can too. Because I really just gave like the general story. I didn't even go into detail because I don't want to make this too long. But yeah, thanks for watching. Oh, I'm gonna do this. My nails are so long. Man, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is probably gonna be the only video that's heavy, okay? I promise. The rest is all like other stuff. Not as hard hitting. But thanks for watching.